Live. We are here. This is awesome. Dude, thank you again for coming on and doing this. I've gotten a lot of requests to kind of...
You're welcome, Jesse.
Dude, it's so cool, man. We've had a good amount of requests to like go through some Burna stuff.
Do this?
And yeah, and I wanted to be able to tell the story and share this and tell the story of becoming friends with you and with Tells throughout the process of mixing this album together over Zoom. And I'm really glad that we can do that now. So how did this song like start? How did this get made?
Yeah. I had a session with Burna, and I was going through like a series of beats, and then I've had this beat for some time actually.
Really?
The original sound, I've had it for some time, and then and then he pointed out that one that he really liked it.
That's awesome.
I started working on it.
I hope that we'll be able to...
I can't remember how many versions did we have during the mix?
2 versions of the song, and I have the original.
2 versions of the songs, yeah.
Yeah, I have the original queued up. Wait, no, it was 3 versions because it was the original was you, and then Mike Dean did his thing, and then we kind of made this 3rd version that is the one that's on the album where we combined some parts from Mike's.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Maybe we could just start by playing through a little bit of the song, get people kind of acquainted, make sure the audio's working. You guys, viewers, let us know in the chat if it's working out, if the audio's all cool. Yeah, here we go. Let's try it. That was it. That's all we get. Now, here we go. Pretty different in volume, but very similar. Both awesome. This is... We should play them a little bit of where this song originated from. So this was how this song started before.
It's Leriq.
We had the Leriq stamp at the top. This version had big low end. I loved it.
If you said you get the mind, then you wanna try, you will go die, baby. You've been a landslide for a long time, but then no more.
Can you hear me, Jesse?
Yeah, I hear you.
The audio movers link ain't working.
Let's give it a refresh and try to connect. Let me see if that's... Yeah, it looks good over here.
Okay, I think we're good now. All right, let's go.
Cool. I'm going to do a lower res stream to you, and maybe that'll help with your bandwidth on your Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, people want to know, how is Leriq correctly pronounced?
Leriq.
Leriq. I always say Leriq, and do I just sound like an idiot when I do that? Leriq. Now I know. Yeah, dude. Okay, let's deconstruct this baby. So I think it's probably appropriate to just start at like the sonic signature sound of this song, which is this. Oh my God, no, it's not that. I'm still on the reference. Here we go. This track. So what instrument is this thing? How did you make this awesome sound?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Dang it, you don't hear it. Do you hear my mic, or do you...
I can't hear audio movers.
Oh, shit.
I hear you talking, but I can't hear your mix. Can you play some again?
Yep. Okay, I've got a plan.
All right, I got it.
Awesome. So what is this sound?
All right, the original sound, that's like a pluck with a massive reverb on it. The initial sound was kind of bit to electro.
For sure.
So
kind of that buzzy synth.
Yeah.
Bam, bam,
that's how it
bam.
was originally.
Yeah.
Exactly. It had to now soften it, give like a Caribbean sound.
Totally. So it went from this to this.
Exactly. Went from that. Yeah.
Awesome. Dude, it's a great sound. It's a really good sound choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what I did to this thing. It looks like a little bit of cutting some mids. I think a little bit of that. And I think that was just getting in the way of the vocal just a tad. And I had a little bit of soothe on there, kind of managing some things too. But I don't know if I would have done that today, to be honest. And then I did 2 more EQs, and I'm not even sure why, but yeah, it ended up being pretty cool. And then I guess next in the song we had this thing, this beautiful little riser, followed by a little bit of a Jessie Ray special, the LM Explode sound effect. Which I felt like just made it big. It just added this like really, really seismic just movement. And I tried this thing where I rolled off the top end so it wouldn't sound like so cinematic and it would be more like a bass drop. But that ended up not being as big sounding. Yeah, when that's bypassed, that's super cool. And that's what's so cool about like working with you and Tells on a project like this is you guys were so open to collaboration where we were all able to contribute ideas and you know, kind of critique.
I think that's the best way to work because as a producer or as an engineer, you spend so much time listening to it over that you can overlook some things and like,
totally, man.
Yeah.
Totally, absolutely. And I'm learning that as I do these like mix.
You have somebody tell you, "Oh, I think it's a little bit too."
Oh, sorry, we hit some lag there. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you just saying?
It's okay. Never mind.
All right. Yeah. Well, what I was saying is, as I do these like mixed deconstructions, I'm learning that it's not so much to like show off the moves I made. It's almost like to dig in and realize, wow, I don't even know that I agree with how I did things back then. Like and
relearn.
Yeah, we're like learning so often, and it's just like a daily growth. That even looking back at this mix from 3 months ago, I'm seeing things that I just wouldn't do now. And so
crazy.
It's part of the learning experience, you know? So what is this track here? What is this thing doing?
What's that? What's that?
I have no idea what that is, but there's some sort of heartbeat.
That is a kind of like a heartbeat, but it's a kick, high F cutoff, and then reverb.
And it looks like I EQ'd the snot out of it, and I don't know why. Let's see what it sounded like before. Oh, I see. That just kind of emphasized a little bit of the low. It looks like we got some automation. The volume like kind of rides it up to really crescendo into that verse to build the excitement. I would imagine that's like.
You know, like when you approach the club and then you can hear the music from outside.
Yeah. Everything's really just high passed, and then it opens up as you walk through the door.
Exactly.
So, dude, this drum kit, I definitely want to show off, like, how great your production is, because I did almost nothing to mix these drums. Like, there's literally a trim plugin and a couple EQs on, like, all 15 tracks here. And
crazy.
Yeah, it arrived, and like the faders are pretty close to zero. So like your balances and your sound choices were just awesome, man. And the drums sounded like this. So what did you use to make this beat?
I used Fruity Loops.
Dude, that kick is deep. That is awesome.
Sounds sounds good, bro.
It does. Before we even get to like,
I know, right?
yeah, I mean, all I did here is I added one like extra sample to the kick in a couple of spots. So if I blow up the waveforms, we can kind of see where it happens. I don't even think those are the right spots to show it off. Yeah, this. We'll show this one. All right, so I'm going to loop that. So yeah, the idea here was that whenever the 808 stopped, because the 808 when it's in, well, I don't even know if you'd call this an 808. It's sort of a synth that has some low end. But whenever that thing stopped, I wanted the kick to have the room to like have this big sustained note. So I put in this. You guys can turn your speakers up because you might not be able to hear it without this sample. And it rings out.
Like a sub. Like a sub.
Yeah, and it rings out at that note because I had to tune it down 19 negative. Without doing that, it's more like ding. It's a higher pitch.
I see.
And as we detune,
that's crazy.
You can change the note. And as we got to like negative 19, that like made up that note of the bass. So now whenever the 808 disappears, I put in that kick.
Awesome.
Yeah. So just there's a few empty spots where you can like really kind of find some of that stuff. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of comments and I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. From the crushing more to the tin drum sound. Made it like a big stomp. Yes. Yes. Which was just in line with the cover art for the album. Yeah, absolutely. Leriq has always been a good collaborator. Him and Burna have the best musical chemistry I have ever heard since the Life album. Paul Cruz is bringing it way back. Leriq knows
way back. Shout out to Paul Cruz. Shout out to Paul Cruz.
Dude, he's awesome, man. Paul is the man. Brian Christopher, what up? Stream is frozen. Heartbeat like emphasizer. Stream is just fine. Okay, it's all good. Try reloading. The DJ in me wants to dub. I like to move it. I like to move it. Paul wants to see the talkback limiter in action. Honestly, I don't even know if I have that anywhere on this song. Let me see if there's anywhere to use it. There might be somewhere to use it on some live perk. Yeah, honestly, I didn't use the talkback limiter on this song. I'm sorry, Paul. But I did use the pawn shop compressor on a parallel version of the kick. So we have the kick doing its thing. And then I'm sending that kick to this other version of the kick that's it's just smashing it. And it's also distorting it quite a bit. Just to make it really knock and cut a little bit more. Just to get a little bit more drive out of the kick. So as I bring up this track, you guys can kind of see. As I bring it up, we get a little more bite from this. You know, this is without. So you can really get things to knock. And I think a key to that too, and like getting the most headroom out of a track is not like limiting the crap out of it, right? So like you look at the mix bus, it's not that loud. You know, when I turn the limiter on, we've got a tiny bit of reduction.
Just tiny differences. Just tiny differences are what makes it what it is.
Yeah, it's a million micro moves that kind of add up to make this like really big cohesive sounding song. All right, that's drums and bass. It's amazing. And as you can see, aside from that C kit bus, and it had another one that's called C snare, which was just kind of compressing some of these top end snare elements and bringing that in parallel. There is nothing on any of the other drums. If it works, don't fix it, you know? There's no need to like impose my ego.
Don't fix it.
Yeah, there's no need for me to like put my stamp on everything.
When I'm making beats, I spend so much time picking out my tunes.
I can tell.
so important. Yeah, I take out time. I tune my snares, I tune my hats, I tune everything to to the way I want it to sound. Has to be.
Dude, it shows, man.
Has to be too.
And that's obviously why I didn't like need to do anything.
Not anything, like not much. Yo, the mix is sounding crazy. When I heard the mix, I was blown away. Trust.
Oh, thank you, man. Yes. Okay, and then there's this sound that's in the song. And is this a use sound or was that a Mike Dean sound? I can't even remember.
No, that is a contact patch, one of the patches on Exhale.
Got you. Cool.
So I played that.
Awesome. And there I was just getting a little bit of resonance out of the mid-range. Just to let that kind of live. And it looks like in the intro, I split it off of the track. I just duplicated the track and pulled this down to make a change. I don't remember what it was. Let's look. Oh, I verbed it out. Because it was the intro. We wanted to be spacious. Which again is like not a verb that I really would use now, I don't think. Oh, and I did another thing too. We've got the sample space auxiliary.
You want to hear?
Oh, that's cool. Looks like I'm delaying the sound out really fast and then distorting it hard.
Mm-hmm.
And without that, it's actually not really as cool. So that's awesome. Okay. What are people saying in this this here chat?
They're saying, so Leriq, for how long did you do this beat making? Because you really got this down.
That's a great question.
Yeah. I'm not so great with the drums. But I'm making beats for as long as I can remember, 14, 13 years. Quite crazy. Can you hear me?
Oh, the drums. Sorry, I thought you were thinking.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Did you say you want to hear the drums?
Yeah, we can give them the drums one more time.
Dude, it's dope. It's awesome, man. Oh. Oh, you froze up for a sec. I think you're good now. Let's see what this is. Are these your strings, Leriq?
Let me hear that. Yeah, that's my strings.
What a great counter melody.
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Pawn Shop strikes again. Dude, you guys got to see this thing. Like, this plugin just brings out so much detail. Listen to the top end.
I could beat you, cause I'm way too cool.
Crazy. And that guy kind of works with it. What is going on with this EQ? Interesting. Looks like we had just some EQ'd stuff going on. Nothing going on with that guy. Oh, I'm overdriving it.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Interesting. See, I don't even know why I do things sometimes, but I think it worked out.
It gets the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you send the other EQ? I don't remember what that is in relation to. But yeah, we should look at the vocal. Z vocal. Oh, we lost Leriq again. Dang it. I'm going to keep going until he jumps back in. So, looks like we got a lot of stuff happening. Transient designer on a vocal. Why the heck would that happen? I'll show you. As we turn up the sustain, you can hear the roominess from his acoustic environment where he recorded, right? Yeah, you can kind of hear that room. And even at 0, it's like some of that stuff was poking out a little bit once I was compressing the vocal. Little de-essing, tiny little bit here and there. Little bit of soothe here and there. Tiny bit of compression. Oh yeah, I've got the double. We'll talk about that too. Amber 3. Here's the guy doing some heavy lifting. I'm going to unsolo the vocal. We're going to listen to this in the mix without Amber 3 and then with it. 4. Yeah, makes everything crazy. Check this out. I'm boosting like 10 dB at 25K. If you say you get the man, then you wanna try. You go die, baby. And I tell you my God, you know my style. Oh, Leriq's back. Let's let him back in. If you say you get the man, then you wanna try. So the shift bus is like a few different time adjusters that are feeding some distortion, distorting with CLA Mix Hub, and then another time adjuster where the left side to the right side is different, which gives it this like this stereo left to right kind of digitized sound. But I think you just put a distortion after it makes it cooler. And a little space modulator. So I do like just a few of these, and I'll bring them up, and then I'll kind of bring the overall level of the shift up. And then we've got some effects. And I think now listening to this song, and especially how it kind of got released and how it sounds on DSPs like Spotify, Apple Music, I would have turned up the delay a tiny little bit more on the... We lost you for a minute. We missed you.
I'm great. Yeah, I'm having bad network reception right here.
That's all right. We've got you for most of it, so that's good.
Here. So on the vocals,
yeah,
was that a doubler effect that you split left right vocals?
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't really like the doublers, like micro shift or whatever the other ones are, because they like do the pitch shifting as well. I just like the effect of left and right delaying at different times. So it looks like the left one delays at like 300 samples,
yeah,
and the right one's at like 600. And it's just, yeah, and I'll bring that in.
Awesome.
Without that, here, I'll bring it in. But I always have to be careful with that, because like if the reference had more of like an organic, like natural sound, and then an artist hears this, it can really be the wrong vibe. For Burna, it's difficult because sometimes that is the right move. Like the song Pull Up on African Giant, which I didn't even craft that chain for that. That was Cecil, Logic's mind. He did that when we were tracking that at Metropolis in London. And we brought that up, and that's the pull-up vocal sound. It's wide, it's modern, it's the craziest thing ever. That's like my favorite mix of all time. But then we try, I've tried using that similar effect on some other songs and it just doesn't work.
Paul Cruz says Leriq glow MTN. Paul Cruz is funny.
What did he
He's
say?
right though. I'm switching between Glow and MTN. It says Glow or MTN. They're like internet service providers out here, and they're whack as hell.
Yes. Joliet 4, what's up?
Funny.
Welcome. Yeah, 7-foot strings. I totally feel you on the detune. Sometimes it can make it a little too robotic for me, which brings me to this other cool thing, Leriq. I've been waiting forever to ask you how you did this. But on the reference, the original reference, it sounds like there's like flanger on the background vocals.
Way too big to be fucking with you. We fucking with you. Because I'm way too smart. Carry my weight. Because I'm way too big.
Because I'm way. It's like it's so wavy.
Yeah. It's a flanger. Yeah.
It's a flanger? Cool.
Yeah.
So I worked for like 2 or 3 hours trying to recreate this. And it was...
Because I'm way too big.
The thing is, I bust the backup vocals differently, and I flanged the boss track.
Got
Took
you.
them differently.
That's what I ended up doing too. I just took like a copy of the backgrounds and I put that guy in.
Because I'm way too big.
A little bit of phase mistress, so it's a flanger followed by a phaser. Yeah, and that actually didn't end up being in the later reference, I don't think, but I kept it in because it was cool. I was hoping nobody would notice.
Because I'm way too big.
Great.
Oh, we got these guys in here too.
Way too big to be fucking with you. I'll be running with you. Because I'm way too smart. Way too smart to be falling in your trap. Fucking with you. Because I'm way too cool.
And then what are these?
That's like a reverse. Like a reverse of the piano thing.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. I would maybe... Why isn't this working? I feel like nowadays I would cut a little bit there. Dude, that's cool. And then this is something we had from like the other reference, which was this part of the breakdown, which I put back in and put a volume fade on just because it was cool.
I think I heard that before the My Dean's part.
Yeah, because like this is what the bridge used to sound like.
I heard that. Yeah.
Because I'm waiting. Yeah. So I was like, well, that needs to stay. Even if we're not using that, we could at least like fade it in and use it as a crescendo. And then this was my additional production decision on the song, was to just mute everything right here. Because I think it used to just float right through. I was like, no, it needs to stop.
I see. It's totally cut off.
Yeah, and he got a little bit mad when he heard it the first time. It's like, hey, what happened? Like, dude, hear me out. I think that this really helps. You know, I'm sweating. Just like, oh, please don't.
You need that.
Yeah. Please don't fire me. We've got another instance of the LM Explode, of course. We should just turn that up like all the way. Oh, let's go even more. Oh my gosh. All right, what's going on? Leriq, where are you located? People are asking.
I'm located in Lagos, Nigeria. By the way, guys, support the police brutality hashtag going on in Nigeria. Police is acting crazy. So whatever, Twitter, Instagram, if you're trying to give us a shout out and say hashtag NSARS
And SARS.
and SWAT. Yeah, SARS is like a unit of the police that's terrorizing us. Terrorizing for real.
Dude, it's brutal, man. My heart goes out to everybody, and I stand with you guys. And so I'm going to do a post later today where we throw those hashtags up. And is there an organization that people can that we're able to give back to and donate to, like a?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Cool.
I'm going to send you the link on Instagram after.
Yeah. Do a story and please tag me, and I want to make sure that I am able to get that out as well. Joliet 4, thank you for sharing all these cool things. Joliet is the epic moderator friend of mine.
I see Michael Sinks in there.
All right.
Joliet 4.
Yeah, she's cool.
Shout out to Joliet 4.
Yeah, dude, she's incredible, man. We did a song together last week. Well, we mixed the song. I think I mixed it like exactly when you and I were working on this song and the others for this album.
Oh wow!
Oops. And yeah, her music is just unbelievable. Okay, here's a section called Mike Dean. This part of the song, by far, is when I was watching the live stream album release of all of you guys hanging out, partying, listening to the record. Burna performed this on like an invisible air keyboard, and it was like note for note. Like he knew that solo better than anybody. It was
amazing when we got it back from Mike Dean. We were like, what?
Dude, it sounds like something from another planet, you know?
Trust me.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Like he knew what we wanted.
Yeah.
Let's
see what's going on here. I think it starts, he had an 808 that he sent over that we used. Oh, sorry, I have both. Yeah, that's the 808, which is amazing. Yeah, then he had this thing.
So,
which I neutered a little bit because there are a lot of synths. We had to kind of get them to fit together, so I made some intense cuts. Oh, I used Saturn. What's going on here? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm going to loop that and kind of talk about what I was thinking here. I'm going to guess what I was thinking because I don't remember doing this. All right, bypassed. Unbypassed. Wow. Warm tube setting all over the place. I guess I was just trying to excite this sound. Yeah. I'm happy I did that. That's cool.
Sounds.
So often I listen back to these and I'm just like, I hate myself. Why did I do that? Why did I do it this way? I'm never happy with work.
Should have done this.
Yeah, but that one was actually cool. I will give myself my first compliment of my life.
What EQ is that?
This is the Saturn II. This is just like a multi-band distortion. I think I'm doing the same thing here, just like kind of freaking it out with distortion to like exaggerate some of those overtones.
I love distortion.
Dude, it's the best. Do you have the Isotope one?
I love distortion. Yes.
The Exciter.
I love distortion.
Yeah, that thing. I got turned on to Exciter.
Track. Whatever it is, brings it to life.
Yeah, dude, completely.
Brings it to life.
It's so cool. Mic arpeggio. The lead. See, and now, like, I wouldn't have used Soothe on a Mike Dean lead. Come on. Get that out of here. It's awesome. Just a nice little cut there. That's all it needs. And then you had this wind sound that I don't know why. It must have been descending. And I don't know why it cut 12K there.
You really is asking some questions. How do you calculate R?
How do you calculate
What is that?
R?
Is that
Any
a
of you are
sweep?
firm with arpeggiators?
I love arpeggiators. Love them.
Yeah, dude, they're amazing. Paul, to answer your question, we'll look at the mix bus next, and no processing on the 808s. All I did to his 808 was cut a tiny bit of this, because that is just a resonant overtone that has nothing to do with the fundamental, and it's not even an overtone you would want to hear on smaller speakers. Like, it's not really related to the actual notes being played, right? So I got rid of it. I was fighting those other synths a little bit. Mike Wind. Oh, and this is something I wanted to do, and I didn't. And I strongly regret, so I'm going to do it right now. I didn't I didn't reinforce his drum with like a lower kick.
I know, I heard that. I was like, I wish the drums were louder.
I know.
And that part, I would have loved you had like a vocal chop of because wait to be, wait to be. Wait, I was like, oh man, no time. We're already live.
Dang it, dude! Next time we make time, you know.
Yeah, we'll make time. We'll make more time because it was, I think, after it dropped, or it was the night when I heard the final mix, and I'm like, shit, we should have like a vocal play around with Mike Dean at the end. But, okay.
For sure. I'm just establishing the trigger, and then I'm gonna find the right sound, which I think is gonna be a Paul Maybury like supersizer. Let's try this. We'll just loop that. So a better loop. There we go. That's all right. I want a little more oomph. So I'll go to my GRE 202. We could try the GRE punch. No.
Hey, click.
Too clicky. It's got to be just.
Yeah.
Well, I could just probably roll off the top later, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to exaggerate a little bit of that upper stuff. This is so unconventional and weird.
I love it.
Yeah, that would have made it so much better. Even something like that, where I'm not taking the time to really dial it properly. Because this was it before. Let's hear the mix. Yes, 7 foot. What's up, dude? I definitely, I had this stuff like within, I think I pulled in the stems from Leriq, and I started with a mix bus, and I just kind of referenced, because Leriq, do you have anything on your mix bus before you export stems?
No. just on the individual tracks.
I love that.
So excited.
That makes it super easy. It's so beautiful too, because whenever I get your stems and pull them in, they always sound like exactly how Burna approved, so it's really great. So I'll just start by putting some things on and making some broad strokes to kind of glue stuff. It's never too much. Well, a lot of the time it's too much, but it's never that much. And then I kind of dig in and mix the tune. Do you add it, or the mix sounds good together? What's your alternative tape to the Crane song plugin? Probably that Exciter, that isotope one.
Yeah.
Like, what would that sound like if we put that on here? Let's try it.
Squashed.
Dude, it'll be great. Yeah, it'll be weird probably. When I A/B something, it's like, man, is that even doing anything? And then I probably don't need it.
It's just making it worse.
Totally. Yeah, just distorting everything and just mushing everything together on the mix. Yeah, probably not the way to go. Yeah. So basically, we went through the whole song. That's that. Do you have any like extra cool things you want to add, or this may be a good time for like extra questions for Leriq?
Yeah, I'm right here.
He's right there, you guys. Thank you for the compliment on the low end.
Jesse, we need to work on more songs together.
I know. Dude, so I'm doing one Buju, but
Okay.
I want to mix like all the spaceship stuff. So like everything that you guys are doing.
You should, bro. You should, man.
I should. I'm going to talk to Matthew about it. We'll have him set it up. Be like, nah, mix, come on.
Like, mixing Afrobeat music is kind of... but you get it right. The Afrobeat mix, you get it right.
Thank you, man.
It's different from you mixing rock and R&B and hip-hop.
Dude, it's so different. Like, I thought it would be similar to mixing hip-hop. Because, like, oh, cool, loud drums. Like, I can do this. But, like, the transient information is really important. Because, like, retaining that stuff. Because the, like, high end of the percussion needs to be, like, really up front. Like, for example, all of this stuff, I would be tempted to send this to an extra bus.
Suck it in.
Yeah, I would. I would be, if we were to, like, pull a lot of the stuff that I get from other Afrobeats artists is, like, they want the percussion up here. And the other thing, though, is, like, not everybody chooses sounds like you do, where they're soft on the ear and they're also aggressive at the same time. Like, some stick sounds where it's like are just annoying. And a lot of producers don't get that right. So I have to, like, just doctor it.
Yeah, they don't.
But this stuff is all really, well prepped, which is great. Actually, I think I EQ'd one of these. Yeah, that one. Let's look at what that is. Not going to pick on you. But I think I went too far with the EQ,
It's all right. It's all right.
So that was it before.
This was it before?
Yep. Here's after. And it's not that it was so much a problem with the sound as it was with the reverb.
It's just cleaner. It's cleaner. And it's easy.
Yeah, so here's without. And with. Yeah, it keeps that transient intensity. So instead of, like, pulling faders down, I'm able to just pull the, like, notch out the really just small annoying frequencies. And yeah. Dude, this is cool, man.
Yep.
Well, there we go. That's the breakdown of the thing.
That's it, basically.
Yeah, dude, this was awesome. This was super fun. What other tracks, we should tell everybody else, like, what other tracks on the album you did? We should pull this up.
I produced
You did
Level
Monsters
Up.
You Made.
Yeah, I did that, bro.
Oh my gosh, man. So I have this queued up right now. You did Monsters You Made. You had some other ones on there.
No Fever X.
Oh, dude.
That's the one with the arpeggiator. Crazy.
Yes, and we, like, faded it in the intro.
That's for another day. That's for a different breakdown session.
Yeah. Dude, I'm playing it right now. Are you able to hear this? I don't think you would be.
Yeah. Play.
I don't think you can hear though. So it's routed through like my Mac audio.
Alright. I look for
Oh, they can. Cool. Well, at least the viewers can hear it. Leriq, you've probably heard the song enough anyway.
I have. Trust me.
So that is a Leriq master song. Monsters You Made speaks for itself. You know, we're talking about 5 million streams on Spotify.
No, and it's just 4 months, 3 months. What is it?
If we look at Burna's numbers, right? That's his 8th top most popular. Yeah, dude.
Monsters, yeah?
Yes. Dude,
It's an amazing
that's
track.
awesome. We should do another one of these down the road, maybe like early next year.
We should. Yeah,
Where we go through Monsters You Made.
Perfect.
Should we see if Chris Martin or Diddy want to jump on with us?
We should get Diddy on it.
Man, those were classic sessions with Diddy. Noticed you don't use the Fab Filter Analyzer. No, I don't like to do that because it tricks you. It makes you think, makes you make moves that you wouldn't have made otherwise. Because you look at the thing, and you're like, oh, that guy's...
eyes. Yeah.
Suddenly I've neutered a part of the thing, a part of the spectrum that just shouldn't have been cut otherwise, right?
Way too big. Way too big to be fucking bitch.
And for some of you that don't even know what the hell we're doing here, this is an equalizer.
Way too big. Way too big to be fucking bitch. Way too big. Way too big to be fucking bitch.
Yeah, I don't really think the mix needed much EQ. I think the master, Huntley Miller mastered this song and it ended up coming out sounding pretty similar. Yeah. All right, cool. Paul, no, I don't sum. I'm not into like analog summing. It's way difficult to like route all that and just doesn't really make sense to me. Instant recall, man. Offline bounce. You got to be able to like pull up a session like instantly and just go for it. Especially on this project, right? Like we were doing these, like Burna would hit you and tells and be like, "Yo, let's log in with Jesse." Like, okay. And then you guys would call me.
I did that like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
2 a.m. in the morning.
Get out of bed, Jesse. We're gonna mix. Like, okay.
Because it's
Here we
daytime
go.
for Jesse. Jesse's up. Let's go.
Woo!
Jesse's up. Let's go. Oh fuck. Turn on the fucking flash.
Yeah, we had a good time. Leriq, do you talk to Burna very often?
Not so much because he's bad with his phones, but I talk to his mom all the time.
For sure. Well, next time you do, just tell him I said what's up, and I am super thankful that I was able to be a part of this project with you guys. And
it was blessed having you on it.
Hey, it was a blast, dude.
It was blessed.
It was a blast. Well, everybody, go follow Leriq. Go listen to
Shout
Twice
out
as
to
Tall.
everybody
Run up those
watching.
streams.
Yes.
End SARS.
I think
Hashtag end SARS.
We're doing like 70 million streams on Audio Mac on the whole project.
Dude.
And that's crazy.
That is crazy. It's amazing. Unreal. Well, cool.
All right.
I think I'm going to stay on and maybe hang with these cats for a bit. But I'll let you get back to your evening because it's super late there.
Gotta let me go.
All right, man.
Shout out. Thank you.
Thank you, Leriq. See you later, dude. Peace.
Bye.